Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. It is Monday, May 5th, 2025. How you guys doing this morning? It's another Matic Monday. It's Monday, you all. It's Monday. I took this ponytail off last night. I put it back on this morning. That's why I got this cap on. Because this hair is looking rough. I had the worst headache last night. Really, like, not last night, but like yesterday when I got off of here talking to you all. Man, I think I left my donut. Oh well, hope the cats don't get it. But I hold on a minute with me. Now I don't know why this person left an orange up here on top of this garbage can. He's just asking for rats to be here in the alley. You know, it just make you wonder about people. Seriously. We got raccoons, possums, rats. And you gonna leave an orange on top of the garbage can. I saw that when I came in last night. I was like, okay. Anywho, what was I gonna say? So yeah, I had this really like bad headache. It was a pain, like a sharp pain that went through my head. And I was like, maybe these hairpins are in too tight. So I went to sleep around 10:30 last night. And I woke up by midnight. And girl, ooh. I was like, oh my God. They had shifted and it was laying in a spot. It was hurting me so bad. I was like, okay. I was like, I gotta take this off. So I took the whole ponytail off. And I put it back on this morning. And this, baby, it's up there. But I go to the beauty shop on Friday, so you know. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. And I put on some eyelashes because I just wanted to see if this glue, so far it cooperated. I didn't have, my eyes didn't swell this weekend from wearing it. So I said, okay, I'm going to see if I can get away with wearing them another day. May not be able to wear them the whole week, but we're going to see. I truly miss wearing my eyelashes. But it is Monday. Good morning to you all. I hope you all had a great and safe weekend. Hope you did something fun. Even if you didn't, I just hope you had a great weekend. We are in the start of another week, you guys. Another week. So praise God and thank God that we're here, that we're healthy, that we're alive, that we got our health and strength. There is nobody here on the road but me. You know, people don't go to work on Mondays and Fridays. I think that would be perfect. Don't you think if you could just go to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and be off Friday and Monday? Oh, girl, that would be lovely. That would be so lovely. Instead of working 5 days a week. But that's and then had a weekend off too. That would be perfect. You'd have every Friday off and every Monday off. And still get paid for 8 hours. You paid, you know, for Thursday and Friday. I mean, for Friday and Monday. They say people have, and I know you all probably heard this, that more people have heart attacks on Monday than any other day of the week because the anticipation of going back to work and dealing with whatever it is you deal with at work. They said people don't want to go and they have a heart attack. And I can believe that. And I do believe that because when I was working in streets and sand as a garbage laborer, Mondays was so doggone hard for me. Oh my goodness. Because it seemed like the weekend got here so quick. Weekend went by so fast. And it was time to go back behind that garbage truck. And then they didn't, like, my nephew is a police officer, right? Police officers and firemen, and I'm sure this is all over the country. I know it's not just here in Chicago. But they get something called a furlough. And they would get a furlough, so they get a chance to be off for a month or for a couple of weeks to just they have an opportunity to give their bodies, and their minds to be stress free, And I really believe, and with pay, they get paid. I really, really believe because of the type of job that most people have in America, just because you're not a police officer or fireman, but you're dealing with some type of stress on your job. It would be so nice that if everybody could get a month off with pay. I never understood why Streets and Sand that was doing that type of job with those kinds of injuries that laborers would get. Why didn't they give us furlough, with pay? But they try to act like, they don't have a lot of people anyway. Their manpower is down, which it is, because don't nobody want to do that job. But I bet if you gave them the incentive with good pay, good benefits, and a furlough, I bet more people would do the job. You should have seen how many people got the job, and quit within a day, a couple of days, or a week. They were like, oh, I can go to Walmart and make this money and not have to be dealing with nasty garbage and rats. You know what I'm saying? And they quit. A lot of them quit because they did not want to do the garbage, and they couldn't handle it. Men and women. And young people, one thing about young people ain't gonna, they just ain't gonna, they don't hang in there like we hang in there with stuff. We hang in there. Not these young folk. These young folk be like, oh no, I ain't doing that. They good for saying that. I ain't gonna be able to do that one. But it's the world in which we live, where these young people, a lot of them are content creators. They on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. They like, oh, I can find another way to make money. Let me pull out my creative side. They'll do stuff like that, but they ain't gonna do no hard work. Most young people are like that. It's some that will get out there and will work, will really, really work hard and keep a job and put in the work. But a lot of them, they quit. They'll quit a job quicker than they keep one. And there's a joke. Oh my goodness. Why y'all didn't tell me y'all was all the way down there? I'm so sorry. I mean, y'all all the way down in my coat. I'm so sorry. Try to pay attention to the road. This thing that's in my mother's car, that I put in my mother's car, it don't always stay in place. I don't know why it moves. And don't let me hit a bump. It's over, child. I am so sorry. There was a joke that this man once told. He said, if there was a job that was called, I need to get up. He said, they wouldn't get up. It was some kind of way he told the joke, but he was basically saying, Young people won't even if it's a job that it says just get up, so they won't do that either. And that's the truth. Young people are so, they not like the young people. They not like when I was grown, when my age. You know, they different. They real different. Now, this car that's behind me, he has rolled my ass the whole time. I'm doing the speed limit. I'm doing a little bit over the speed limit, but he's so mad because he wants me to go faster. I refuse. Go around. That's all I can tell you. Go around. I don't know what else to tell you. Ain't nobody out here. But I'm not going no faster. I know y'all was like, if she don't fix this damn camera, I'm clicking off. But yeah, young people are different, honey. These young people, anyway. These young people are different. Much more different than when my age group, we had to work. We ain't had nobody helping us like that. You know, we had our mamas and daddies, but we worked. I've been working. I've been on somebody's job since I was 14. I've been working a long time, and that's why I'm tired. I'm ready to retire. All these years I've had to work. But I'm going to be working until I'm at least probably 65. I know I'm not working until I'm no 70. That much I know. But I gotta start saving some money. I mean, really saving some money. Saving some more money. I have what little I every time I save money and get a nice little chunk, something happens. Something happens. That's life though, right? That is life. So how many of you that watch Cece's Fashion is My Passion, how many of you all are retired? How long have you been retired? And the second question is, how many of you all that watch this channel are entrepreneurs, own your own business, or have been an entrepreneur? I want you all to write it in the comment section. I'm just trying to find out who you are and what your life is about, because y'all know what mine is about. But tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you retired? Are you still working? If you're retired, how long have you been retired? Do you enjoy? I'm sure you enjoy it. I'm sure you enjoy retirement, because I know I would. And if you do, I mean, if you own your own business or have owned your own business, put that in the comment section, okay? I just want to know. I'm being nosy. My mother's car, if you go like a little bit out the lane, it'll start to beep. That's what y'all heard. I guess I was too far over. It started to beep. This car does everything. Now let me tell y'all something about this car. What I've discovered. You know, all the cars now have these computer systems in them. Everything is by a computer. And you talking about big money, big money. You can't take these newer cars, these 2004s, 5s. You can't, with all these computers, even cars that are like 2020 or 2022, 2023 and on up, all of them got these, everything in here is just, it's computerized, right? You got the screen right here, everything. You cannot take these cars to no alley mechanic. You cannot. Can't take them to no alley mechanic. cars back to the dealer. I feel like that's a scam too. Like they make all this modern crap just so you will have to take a car back to the dealership, because you ain't gonna be able to take it just to anybody to get them to fix it. You locked and loaded with them. Ain't that something? I still got a slight headache. I feel like it's stress. My head is hurting. Just now, just talking to you all, my stomach feels a little queasy. A headache. What is my blood pressure up? Blood pressure machine. I know that my mom has one. We would take our blood pressure every now and then. But you just driving too slow now. And you in the fast lane too. Let you know. It'll let you know when somebody is up on the side of you, so you won't veer over. The little light on the rearview mirror, it'll start to blink to let you know that this car is something else, honey. It's something else. I told my mother yesterday, I said, "Oh, I love driving your car." She was like, "You can love this car, no, $816 or something," she said it was. I was like, no, that's okay. No. I'll just drive it for right now. I'll give it back to you when mine is fixed. Started laughing. Do this weekend? Anybody do anything exciting, anything fun? I say every summer, and I don't go, I miss it, but every summer I say the same thing. I'm gonna go to Navy Pier and never go. Try to go this summer. Other one that I have, it won't fit on her rear view mirror. I don't know why. I wonder how many people gonna come to work today. Whenever it's rain, they don't come. Why I do it. I think it's a habit. My mother say that I sigh a lot because I be stressed. She said that's why you sigh a lot. She said that's a way of releasing whatever you thinking about. I said, oh, okay. And she said it was something else. I don't know, but I know I do it a lot. I try to catch myself from not doing it, but I know I do it. The one thing that I've always loved about a new car is two things. I love the new car smell, which this car still have it. It's been a year old. It's a year old. I don't know why. I guess because everything in the car is new and it's been wrapped up. And so, when you unwrap everything and the leather and all of that, the newness of a new car. I've always liked that about driving a new car and how your car rides. It just glides. It's such a good ride. My mother's car is a little bit heavier than mine, and I feel the weight of her car versus mine. But those are the two things I've always liked about a new car: the smell and just the ride itself. How it just glides. It's like peanut butter. It's just smooth. I hope this be a good week. I hope that last week and the week before last, I didn't have to go out with a crew. I surveyed, went and found stuff. I found like three poles. And I was shocked that I had found that many, because usually I don't find that many, but I found three. So that was a good thing. So we'll see. So my niece, she ain't too happy. She got to go pick Christopher up from school all this week. But it is what it is. I don't have no car. Don't have no car. She was just huffing and puffing. I'm like, girl, she said, I hate going up there in the afternoon. There'd be so many kids getting out, and I'm like, I know. So I don't know what to tell you. We need you. And then my mother told me she's going to pay her an extra $50 to go get myself on. So pay her $100. I'm like, that's what you want to do? Hey, that's on you. What I tell you, nobody here. Nobody. Nobody is here. It is 5:41, and I is here. I'm going to punch in. I'll be right back. And it's raining. I know people ain't going to come to work because it's raining. I will be shocked if a lot of people came today. These folks don't even work in the rain. Well, they do, but some of them do. And they don't come to work. I would be shocked if that's why I knew when I pulled up here. I said, ain't nobody here. I knew that. But I'm gonna put my makeup on. See how this ponytail is up here? Child, it's a hot mess. Hot mess. I had to take it off though. Whew. Where the light at? Where the light at? I don't know how to work nothing in this car. I'll just turn this one on because I don't know where nothing is. So yeah, I put the lashes on. So we're going to see what these do, y'all. We're going to see. I wish I had a subject to talk to you all about. Y'all got to give me some ideas of what to talk about. I can't always think of everything. But, oh, wait. Just that quick. I remember something that I do want to talk to y'all about. So, let me say this. I watch a lot of content creators on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay? A lot. I watch a lot of different people. And what I have come to realize is that I try really hard not to do this because, especially to women, I don't care what race you are, what's your ethnicity is. I try really hard not to drag and talk about other content creators on any platform. And it's kind of sad to me that turn that off, that there are so many content creators that feel the need to drag other content creators. I find it very disturbing. And what I find disturbing about it is that everybody, like, let me give you an example. I do fashion, right? My whole platform was about fashion. I do fashion. And there's other content creators on YouTube and everywhere else that I watch that do fashion. And what I don't like is when I see other content creators dragging other content creators for the same content that they may do. Everybody's perspective about things is differently. What you talking about can be the same thing that I'm talking about, but we talking about it from different perspectives. But to get on and mock a person, I don't like that. So there's two content creators. I'm not going to drop no names. There's two content creators that I watch. One lives here in Chicago, and she talks about relationships and how she tells women, what to not accept from a man, this, that, and the third, right? The other content creator talks about the same thing, but she talks about it differently, okay? And what she talks about is, and I've used her content in my content, about not being a pick-me-sha, with not always trying to look for a man to pick you. And she talks about not dating men who are not on your level. And that's where one of my subjects had came from, because I had watched her talk about not dating broke ass men. To date a man who can be able to provide for you. The other content creator talks about, women having your own bag. Make sure you in a position where you don't need a man for his money. I agree with that too. I agree with them both. But the other contenter who talk about don't, have your own money and have your own bag, she did a video on her Instagram yesterday or whenever she did it, and she mocked this girl, and she was doing her mouth like how she do, she's doing that, and I was like, really? I was like, really? Was it necessary? And it kind of made me look at her sideways and go, why was that necessary? You both are talking about the same thing, but you're talking about it differently from two different angles, right? With what you're talking about, it don't mean that you wrong or you right. It doesn't mean that she wrong or she right. But to try to mock somebody and try to drag somebody for their content, and this lady, the one who talks about not being a pick-me-sha, she's been around for a minute. And she's got a huge, huge following. Huger than this girl. So what this showed me was that it's some jealousy here. Because that wasn't necessary. It just wasn't. It just wasn't necessary. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to watch you no more, because I don't like that. I just don't. I don't like that. You both black women. You both got great content. I like you both. Why was that necessary? Just like, why? We got enough as women in the world. Whatever your color is, we have enough. We have enough issues. We have enough issues. We have enough people in the world that are against us. Do you all understand what I'm saying? I don't care what color you are as a woman. We have so many forces against us, for when it comes to our reproductive health. The war against women is real, And so to me, I just feel like that was not necessary. You may not agree with her, but what the other one is talking about, the one who's talking about not to be a pick-me-sha, what she's saying is the same thing that she's saying. The only difference is she's saying, why would you get with a dude? Why would you get with a dude who cannot provide for you, that has no money, who can't make your life better? Ladies, I'm going to say this to you. It is imperative in this day and time that you have your own bag, that you are able to provide for yourself, provide for your children, provide for your home in the way in which a man is supposed to. That is imperative. But I have said this on this platform before, and I'm going to keep saying it. If you get with a man and a man cannot take you to dinner, If he's always talking about, well, I ain't got it. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't want to hear that from no man. I don't want to hear about you ain't got it. I don't want to hear you struggling. I don't want to hear that. It may be the truth, but I don't necessarily want to hear that, because here's the thing. I'm struggling by myself, right? Why would I go and hook up with a man who's also struggling, and we can't go to the movies, we can't go out to dinner, we can't do some things that we like to do, we can't date, we can't do nothing. I'm in a bind. I can't come to you and ask you for nothing. You always talking about, perfect example was Darnell. Never, always, I ain't got it. Or I'm on a fixed income. Well, go fix it. Go fix your income. Because you knew you was on a fixed income when you got on that dating app. You know what it takes to date a woman. You a man. You know. I don't have a problem with compromising. I don't have a problem with saying, I'm not saying you don't have to take me somewhere every weekend. You ain't got to do something with me every weekend. But when I need you, or I want to do something, or I want to go somewhere, what I don't want to hear, and I'm being real honest, I don't want to hear, I ain't got it. I don't want to hear that. What good are you to me? What good are we to each other if both of us ain't got it? I don't mind even helping a man, but I'll tell you this much. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll never help another one. I will never help another one. I won't. I refuse. I refuse to help another man. I don't want a man who don't have no car. I don't want a man who don't have no job. I don't want a man who don't have his own crib, meaning a house, an apartment. I don't. Now, there's some women who say, well, he in a real tight spot right now. Well, he got a lot going on in his life. Well, when you don't have a lot going on in your life, come back and talk to me. Cause I want to be spoiled, and I'm just telling you the truth. I do. I want to be spoiled, and I want to be treated. I want to be treated good, and I don't want to keep hearing. I don't want to keep hearing that you ain't got it. And I'm just being honest. And we ain't got to go out every weekend. We ain't got to go out to dinner every weekend. You ain't got to take me to every concert. But when I want to try something and I want something, I want it. And I don't want to hear I don't have it. Because I'm not going to ask you for something outlandish. But if we can't go try a new restaurant, if we can't go see a movie every once in a while, a new movie that came out like Sinners, if we can't go see a movie that I want to go see, if we can't do those things, those simple things, if we can't take a trip, I want to go to Jamaica. If we can't, if we can't do a getaway, if you can't take me somewhere to a nice spa or going to the Sybaris where we can be gone the whole weekend, What's the point? What's the point? If I can't go to, if we can't go to a play, if we can't go to a concert every once in a while, if you mean tell me if you mean tell me that you can't never cash at me or Zelle me $20 and say, here, go buy yourself some lunch. What's the point? I'm just saying. What's the point? I mean, really, what is the point? I mean, really. So this is what the other content creator is talking about. You know, and the other one tried to, she, like I said, she mocked her and made fun of her. And I just didn't like that. I just didn't. I didn't like that because I'm like, okay, what is this? Because you all do the same kind of content. And it's a lot of male and female contenters on TikTok and all these other places that I name, talking and doing the same thing. You know, they talk telling women, you know, not to accept this, not to accept that, you know. So I'm like, I ain't like that. I just didn't like that. And it just made me say, you know what? And I've watched her lives on Instagram and TikTok. And to me, it's just me, she kind of think that she like, she's a beautiful girl, a beautiful woman. But it's something about her that you know, and it just, she's kind of a little, to me, I just felt like that's just being arrogant. And that to me, it was kind of mean. You know, that I said, you being a mean girl right about now. Because you didn't have to do your face and your mouth and all of that. You didn't have to imitate her and mock her like that. If you don't agree with what she's saying, what her content is, don't watch her. You don't have to get on your platform and try to drag another content creator because you may not agree with what she says. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep pushing. I will never get on here. And there's a lot of people that I watch on YouTube. A lot of people that I watch. A lot of fashion content creators that I watch. And I'm going to be honest with you all. Some of them be singing and dancing and twerking and popping they ass. And that shit gets on my goddamn nerve. But I still watch them. I still support them. I still look at their content. I still look at it. And I don't get on here and drag them. I don't get on here and go on and on and on about their content like she did. Because twice she mocked her. She moved her mouth like her. And I'm like, I ain't never seen her move her mouth like that. But I knew who she was talking about because the way that the girl talked. But just because you don't have to like everybody's content. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with everybody's content. You don't. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. But you know, we as sisters in this thing, we need to have a little bit more respect for each other. We need to uplift each other. We need to support each other. We need to give each other encouragement. Being a content creator is one of the hardest things, one of the hardest career moves that you can make. It's very difficult. You have to really work this thing, you know. And I'm going to be honest with you all. I don't work it the way in which I should. I'm lazy. I don't want to do all of that. Okay? I don't. And I'm just being 100. I believe that if I had started when I was younger, when everybody was just because I remember when they would talk about YouTube and how to make money on YouTube, I just kind of like heard about it and I was just like, whatever, there was other things going on in my life at the time. YouTube and being a content creator was not something that was on my radar or something that I was trying to even be. I basically got on YouTube just to show fashion. It wasn't really to even build necessarily a platform. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it was about. But since then, this is where it is, and this is what I'm doing. I probably could dedicate more time to this channel if I didn't have a full-time job, if I wasn't a mother, I wear a lot of hats in my life, right? And so I don't have a job where, I work from home. I don't have a job where I can't stand her. She's a little nasty looking something. That's the one to go in the bathroom, don't wash your hands. But anyway, I digress. I don't have a job where, I'm constantly like, this job had me, from day to day, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, so I probably could dedicate more time to this. If I was a full-time content creator, like there's a lot of ladies on here they're full-time content creators. I don't know what their setup is. I don't know. I know some of them are married and their husbands work and have good jobs and they were able to quit their job and be a content creator full-time. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And if you can do it, I say do it. Go for it. But you know what you can and cannot do. You know your finances and what's going on in your life better than anybody. But I just think that, we need to stop dragging people. I think that we need to stop. We as women on here, we need to be more supportive of each other. If there's a ladies content on here, and I'm telling y'all, I watch a lot of people. I watch a lot of people from the Dollar Tree hauls to the TJ Maxx, Marshall, Aldi's, DD's, Coach Outlet. I watch a lot of people. I watch white women, black women, Hispanic women, Asian women on here, on all platforms. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I watch a lot of different people on a lot of different platforms, and I can't watch everybody all the time. Sometimes I miss some content, but the people that I do watch, I support them. And if I do anything on this, if I say anything about anybody on this platform, I'm gonna tell you all to go support them. I'm not gonna drag them, even if I don't like their content, even if I don't agree with everything they do on their content. And there's some things about their content that irks me or get on my nerve, and I be like, look, now you're doing too much. I can't watch you. I ain't gonna get on here and just keep and mock them or whatever. But I will say this: every content creator, whether you male or female, every content creator has an audience that they draw to them. Everybody ain't gonna like the same thing, as I have said before. Everybody ain't gonna like the same thing. There's some content creators that there's some content creators on here that do things that I want to do. There's some content creators on here that do things that I don't like, that I ain't gonna never do. I'm not with the whole singing. Like, I watch somebody on TikTok. She's a makeup artist. And when I tell you, she has to sing. She has on a song. She sings and she sings and she sings. And she's always right up in the camera singing. And she has done lives where she not doing, when she do lives when she ain't even doing makeup and she just singing. I turn that shit off. I don't want to watch that. You know, I turn it off. But her audience sticks with her because some of her audience like that. I happen to be an audience that don't like it. So when I see her doing that, I'm like, there's another content creator that I like. She's a plus size woman over here on YouTube. I really like her content. But when she gets to twerking, and she got a real big ass, when she gets to jerking and popping and pop locking, I just don't want to see that. So I fast forward. But I watch. Every time she put up a video, I watch it. So, but I ain't gonna get on here, and I know I'm talking about them now, what I don't like, but I don't want to get on, I don't ever want to get on here and mock them. If I don't really necessarily like their content, and it's kind of things about them that I don't like, I'm not gonna tell y'all to go over there and watch them. If it's some good content that I think is pretty good, that I think you would like, because I know what you all like, because I've listened to what you all tell me that you like from me, I'll tell you all to go on and support them. But I don't like to see women do that to other women. I really don't. Because we have it hard enough. And then for you to come on and for you to be talking about, yeah, and you moving your mouth like the person's mouth. I just, it was unnecessary to me. It was unnecessary. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to stop watching your content because you know, you don't. And this lady is, like I said, they're both pretty women. Both pretty women. Both have great content. Both have something to deliver and a message that is good. Both of them. And that's why I watch both of them. Now, the one that was mocking the other one, I found her to be, like I said, she's a little arrogant to me. And she's a little rude to me. I've heard how she talked to some of her followers. The other thing I don't like about some of her content, when she starts talking about zodiac signs and, oh, I would never date another Scorpio, I would never date, I'm not into that. And some people are really into that. Some people are really into the zodiac signs, and they really believe in the zodiac signs, and the zodiac signs determine your personality and who you are. I do not. So one time she was doing a live, and most of the live was about that. I clicked it off. I'm not going to look at that. I don't want to hear you talk about, you know, it's okay to talk. We all will say, oh, a Scorpio is like this, a Gemini is like this, an Aquarius is like this, or whatever. But I don't live by that. I don't go by that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just it rubbed me the wrong way when I saw her do that. I was like, that was not necessary to do that. It was not necessary to do that. You just don't. And like I said, the other woman that she's talking about, that girl been on the scene a long time, you know. And I'm gonna tell you all this. As being a content creator, you have to deal with the people that get on your videos and piss you off. You have to deal with idiots sending you emails like that Peter whatever person did, and was cursing me out and dragging me and talking to me the way he did. You have to deal with all of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with so many different factors about being a content creator. You know, people get mad at you for the littlest shit. I'm gonna stop watching you. Well, okay, go the fuck on then if you're gonna stop watching. You know what I'm saying? But when you are a content creator and there's another content creator that does what you do, why is it necessary for you to drag that person just because they not saying, or you don't agree with what their delivery is? It don't mean what you saying is golden either. So we gotta stop doing that. And you know, I just found that I was like, that's jealousy. Because it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Like I just said, there's certain content creators that I watch. I don't like everything they do in their content, but I support them and I watch them. Okay? I never went on nobody's platform. I've told other content creators who I was, but I never asked them to subscribe. I never asked them for a collaboration. I just support them by watching it. You know, and women, we got a thing. We just got a thing about supporting each other. You know, we rather drag each other and talk about each other than support each other. I don't know what's I don't understand that. And I'm like, why you mocking her? Why you moving your mouth like that? I mean, what? I mean, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Then there's a content creator that I watch on Facebook. You know, she's an attractive woman. She once had a clothing store. She's got a really big stomach. And she always, people, same thing, her subscribers or her followers, they get on there, they talk about her and all of this and all that. And she's always explaining herself. Like, I recently saw she wrote, talking about her stomach. It's about her 2 pregnancies. And she was like, I've always had a big stomach. She's always, you know, you say you're proud of your body, but you always talking about your stomach and always explaining why your stomach is big. I wouldn't keep explaining that to people. I got a big ass. That everybody know that I got a big ass. Everybody describe me, yeah, you know, Sherelle. No, I don't know her. You know, the girl with the big ass. That's how people describe me. So I don't need to talk about my ass. Everybody know I've had a big ass since I was 12. You know, she another one that I'm almost at the point that I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to keep following her content, because you say you secure in your body, you say you secure, but yet you keep talking about the very thing that you seem to be insecure about. So if you're going to get on and you're going to represent plus size women and you put on an outfit and you show it, there's going to be people that's going to say, that don't look right on you. She don't wear no Spanx, no girdles, no nothing. That's your choice. I, on the other hand, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not finna get on and do a video and I'm not finna get on and do a video with my stomach flapping all over the place. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. And I specific and this another thing that I see female content creators do. They like to drag the women on social media that talk about shapewear. You be on your content, talk about how you don't wear shapewear. You know what I'm saying? Talk about you. But I'm going to say it. If you a plus size woman, if you a smaller woman, you need some shapewear in certain clothing. Not saying you got to wear it with blue jeans. I don't have on no shapewear. Monday through Friday, I don't wear shapewear because of the type of job that I have. I can't wear a Spanx here because, you know, it's going to be uncomfortable because I'm bending, I'm pulling, I'm stooping, you know, but I wear control top panties, you know. But when you have on bodycon dresses, form-fitting dresses, and you are not flat and tucked, you need some shapewear. Your bumps and lumps and rolls are still there. You just smoothing it out. That's all. But I see female content creators here try to drag the women on here that talk about shapewear. Why you got to drag a person for a person not wanting, for a person telling their subscribers or saying you need shapewear? It's just the truth, baby. It's just the truth. Now, you can not wear shapewear and look how you want to look. It's up to you. But for me, and the way my body is set up, shapewear me, please. That's all I'm going to say. You can get away without wearing shapewear with certain clothing. Yes, you can. But when you have on them form-fitting bodycon dresses, I said what I said. And plus size women that are heavily endowed, whether your backside, your hips, Your stomach, your breast, your arms, your thighs, your legs, whatever. Everything that's out here ain't made for plus size women to wear. I done said it before and I'm going to keep saying it. You don't have to agree with me. You can say, CC, you wrong. That's fine. We can agree respectfully, disagree respectfully. But just because they make it don't mean you ought to put it on. Just because everybody's telling you that your stomach is beautiful don't mean that the rest of the world got to see it. I don't care what size you are. I just feel like as a woman, you ought to have some type of decency and some type of modesty and some type of classiness to your womanhood. And if you don't have that, and if everybody can look up your ass and see your ass cheeks hanging out, if you a size 2, if everybody can look down your blouse and almost see your areola, your nipple, that's all. I'm going to let y'all go. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to end this with saying this. Women, learn to support other women. Learn to support other women. That's all I'm going to say. You may not like everything. You may not agree with everything. There may be somebody that you see or you look at it, you like, oh, I ain't feeling her. I don't like her. Don't watch her. But don't get on it. Let me tell y'all, I'd be so tempted sometimes to say and make a comment on people's platform and say, why do you feel, to the people that there's a young lady that's on Facebook. She's a thick girl, heavy girl, and she eat. And now there is not one comment to her that is nice. Not one. When I tell you the way they talk about her, they talk about where your ears at. But she got small ears. And she's married. And her husband is heavy too. And they talk about him. And she have a lot of likes and a lot of views. But the nastiness of how they talk to this girl, I'm going to tell y'all, I probably would get off. I wouldn't do that channel. But she do it. And she getting paid. And now her husband got a channel. He just hit 10,000 subscribers. But they mean as hell to them. And you scroll through the comments, not one nice comment to this girl. Not one. And I'm like, why do you all watch? That's what I be wanting to say. When I get on there and I say stuff, I don't necessarily be wanting to say nothing to her. I be wanting to say it to her followers. Why do y'all continue to come on here and talk about this girl the way y'all do? Why? Find something else to do, because it's obvious that y'all don't like her. I be thinking to myself, I hope she don't read these comments, because honey, them comments, would make somebody want to go and jump off the roof. They so mean to her. They are so mean. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go for real this time. So I went way over my time. I'm finna get off here. It's only 6:20. I started at 7. And I'm here early, so my hands are so dry. So y'all have a good day, a good Monday. We'll do it again on tomorrow. I feel like once I get past Tuesday, I'm like, okay, once I can get past Tuesday, I'm good. Still got this slight headache. It's like back in the back of my head now. I don't know what this is, what kind of headache this is. But I got a bad, this headache is kind of When I felt that pain, I'm like, oh, that's not good. Anywho, I will see you all tomorrow. You all have a good day. Enjoy your day. Have a safe day. Be safe, be lovable, and more than anything, try to just be kind to people. Be kind. If you don't like something that somebody do or say, just keep it moving. Keep it scrolling. Don't watch them. Don't watch them. That's all I got, y'all. Have a great day. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.